to another episode of That Whiskey Show. I am Chris, and this gorgeous lady is my wife, Joan.
Hello.
Tonight, I'm excited about the whiskey that we're doing. This is actually one of my personal favorites to date. I'm a real big fan of this. This is going to be the Sexton Whiskey.
The whiskey that got you into whiskeys.
Pretty much, honestly, it really was. This was one of those that she has been trying for years to get me into whiskey. And this was actually one of the first ones she poured for me. She goes, try this. I think you're going to like it. Well, I did. And as I said, it's probably still one of my favorites to date so far. I tell a lot of people about Sexton, actually. When people ask me, hey, what do you like whiskey-wise? What do you drink? I try to steer a lot of people towards Sexton. And it's also, it's super available, and it's got a great price point. I mean, it's coming in like $35. And so, there's a lot to it. And speaking of which, so I'm going to turn it over to my wife so she can kind of break down a little bit more about the history of Sexton and some of the things that go into it. And then a little bit later, I have kind of a fun story about it myself. So hit them with some knowledge.
So as far as the history of Sexton goes, it's a pretty short history. Only been around a few years. I believe they hit our market in the U.S. In 2018. Very, very new product, but it is out of the venerable Bushmills distillery. Triple distilled, 100% malted barley, and finished in Oloroso butts. It is one of the best introductions to whiskey that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
It is easy to drink. It is good. It is sweet, but it is not too sweet. Just a thoroughly enjoyable, very approachable dram.
Yeah, and for the geek in me, if you will, you pretty much put some skulls on anything, and I'm gonna dig it. It's just, I'm easy like that. So what is the significance of the skull and top hat there, my love?
So the developer and basically the person that has all the control over this, I believe it would probably be correct to call her the master distiller. She is definitely the developer and creator and the blender and has all the creative control over this product. Alex Thomas was, I believe, in Spain. That makes sense since Jerez is where sherry comes from, and became friends with a church warden. And another name for a church warden is Sexton. It is also partially, and this I heard this at a tasting education that we did, that the shape of the bottle, and also Sexton is a tool for navigation in sailing. So the bottle shape is for when you're on the water. It's
Gotcha.
stout, it sits, and if it should happen to fall, it won't roll. I mean, it will roll a little bit, but it won't roll like a round bottle. So, all fun stuff.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. So, she's taking care of you sailors. All right, if you're out there in the middle of the sea, Sexton is your whiskey.
Stout little bottle won't roll away.
You're good. Another note about Alex Thomas. Interesting story for me. So, as I said, Joni introduced me to this, and I really enjoyed it. So, of course, I started going on social media, seeing what I could find. They have a fantastic Instagram page, Sexton alone, and then also Alex Thomas. They both have Instagram pages, and I'll even try to link those down below if you want to go check them out. But I started following the Sexton Instagram page, and about a month after following it, there was a header out there for a contest for take a photo of Sexton and tell us how you like it. So I took this photo, which I was really proud of, and honestly, if you clicked on this, the photo was the thumbnail for this video, and I'm also gonna put it up again right now so you can see it. Because like I said,
it was a great photo.
I'm proud of this
Great
photo.
photo.
So I submitted it, and actually, she got right back to me about it and was like, "This is fantastic." She, seemed to really enjoy the photo, and then she actually used it as one of the stories on the Instagram page. It popped up, and once again, I was just super pleased. That's cool stuff. The contest ended, and I ended up finishing a runner-up, and I was really stoked about that. I mean, a lot of people made some submissions, and there was a lot of great photos out there, and to be kind of held in that class and be part of that and be a runner-up, I was real pleased with that. And she sent me a really nice gift package. It was really cool. Got the really nice pour spout. My wife is rocking the pin. Got a beanie and a t-shirt that is way too small for me, so she got a t-shirt. And
I made out pretty well on this.
And my son is already eyeing the beanie. But
our 12-year-old
yeah,
son.
don't think he's going to be able to quite rock the Sexton Whiskey beanie to junior high.
Yeah.
On the nose, the first thing I get, and that it really makes me think of, is Quaker oatmeal. When you get the little packets of the Quaker oatmeal, and when you first tear open the maple brown sugar one, before you make it, so it's not like super heavy smell, but it almost kind of you just get a little bit of that maple and cinnamon smell to it with like the dust. That's what I get off this. So
you really pick up on the sherry.
Yes.
It is a sherry bomb in the nose, and on the palate, you can definitely tell that it's a Bushmills. That is anybody who is a huge fan of, say, the Bushmills Black Bush, really probably like this, as long as you don't mind a little sweetness. And it's so easy to drink. It's very easy to drink a little too much.
yes, guilty as charged.
It is coming in at 80 proof though, so it's not gonna kill you.
Correct. You can have a few of these and still function the next day. So, but it's very, very easy to drink. And I will say with this, while I do enjoy it neat, I do really enjoy it on the rocks. It's not, and I mean the water's nice, but I really truly enjoy this chilled. It's just a very refreshing whiskey all the way around.
I'm gonna have to disagree with your police work there.
Oh man.
I would not call this one refreshing myself.
Wow. Marge went after my police work there.
I have not.
Oh,
I have
don't you
not
know?
tried it on the rocks except for in an old fashioned. It does make a really, really beautiful old fashioned with something richer than regular just simple syrup. I would use a Demerara simple syrup or honey, but much, much less of it to make a really nice old fashioned. And keep it to the orange bitters. Maybe a little bit of Angostura, but Reagan's goes really, really, really well with this. It's not the most complex. It's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
It is probably around about 4 years old, so, and it's only finished in the sherry butts.
Right.
So while you do get that big sherry hit that I love, love the nose. Once you get incredibly familiar with this, the Lestau sherry from Redbreast would be an ideal kind of next step from this.
Mm. And now you see when you add just a little splash of water, the note it gets very toasty.
Mm.
There's that.
See, it's warm. It's not refreshing. It's warm.
I guess.
Ambery.
Okay, what I meant by refreshing, I guess, was that I didn't mean like it's an ice cold beverage that you just drink at the beach. I meant that it's refreshing in that it makes me happy while I drink it.
Oh.
Yeah, so, but I really do. This is...
It's refreshingly easy to drink.
It is. No burn to speak of.
No.
So once again, an excellent introductory whiskey, for sure. It's and that's what got me into. As I said, that's why it's so perfect, because I was.
This is probably the 5th or 6th one I brought home, and you were just like, nah. And then this one was like, oh,
you know,
I get it.
my beautiful wife likes to go, hey, here's some Old Forester 115. Try that. You'll love it.
Yes, I do like to see that.
And, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm there now, but when you're just getting into drinking whiskey,
that was not the first thing I showed you.
Being hammered with, 115, 120 proof Prohibition whiskey isn't exactly the way to, it's kind of like Johnny sweep the leg.
That is not how I introduced you to whiskey. That is not what I did.
Anywho, if you're gonna try and introduce someone to whiskey and you want to take them on a good journey and really give them something to think about and experience, I can't. You have to go with the Sexton. I just think it's such a top-notch whiskey to bring people into that.
Yeah,
Lots
it's
to discuss. It's got
sherry, it's toffee, that really clean triple distillation on an Irish whiskey. I mean,
yeah.
there's nothing off to speak of. There are no off notes. It is very straightforward, and it is very approachable. And
yeah, because it has a really good start, mid, and finish. Like, it just all the way, it's super well rounded. It doesn't like kick you in the face when you first take it and then all of a sudden disappear and then come back 10 seconds later, burning, going down.
It starts nice, it develops nicely, and it finishes nicely.
Correct. So yeah, big fan of Sexton whiskey.
Not the most complexity, but that's
no.
I mean, and on a 4-year-old whiskey,
it doesn't have to be. That's the point. Not all whiskeys have to be super
not at
complex
all.
to
No.
be good.
I mean, we always have a bottle of this on hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. You'll find your taste. You'll find ones that you're like, I could drink that daily, and then you can find ones that you experiment with going, yeah, I really like that, but I'd only have it maybe once or twice a month as a special treat. Sexton is definitely a daily whiskey. If I were to come home and want one each day, this would be the go-to bottle for me for sure. So, very highly recommended by us for a starter whiskey. If you're watching this show and you're like, I'd really like to get some of my friends into it, go pick up a bottle of this. It is readily available at pretty much almost every liquor store you can think of. We got this at our
I don't know. I mean,
we got this at our local grocery market, so it's pretty available. She just wants to argue with me.
No, it's fully available, but don't expect to see it in every liquor store you go into. We are married.
I'm going to say 7 out of 10 liquor stores you walk into is going to have a bottle of Sexton. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong in the comments. Go to 10 liquor stores and leave in the comments how many of them you found. This would really help me. Thank you.
70% is not almost every.
Oh my goodness, 70% is higher than 50. Anyways, as you can tell, we have an absolute blast doing this. It really is truly just fun for us. We like goofing around. It's just a great time as husband and wife to spend doing something that we enjoy, talking about stuff that we really, have a nice bond with, and we just really love and appreciate that you guys are watching the show. For us, truly, we don't care if 10 people watch it or 10,000. We just appreciate all of you who did. So thank you so much, friends. Really do appreciate it. And definitely get yourself a bottle of Sexton. So here's to you. Thank you so much for checking out that whiskey show. We'll see you on the next episode.